Okay, here's my hardest question of the day. It's coming to you. You ready? Okay. What impressed you about Will? Because you guys met way back when you guys were in Oklahoma City. You started in Seattle, by the way. He's real. He's old school.
Yeah.
But you guys met in Oklahoma City, is
Yep.
my understanding.
Yep.
What impressed you about him?
We'll also want to introduce new Wizards general manager, Will Dawkins. Will comes to D.C. from OKC, where he spent the last 15 seasons holding a variety of positions within the organization.
I was with Will in Oklahoma City from 2010 to 2017. First impressions are typically the ones you carry with you.
Yeah.
And when I got to Oklahoma City, it was the end of July 2010. He's rebounding under the basket for Russ, but like smack talking Russ.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second, what is going on here? Because it takes a lot to be able to have that type of relationship with a guy like Russ.
Yeah.
At his age, I was like, holy smokes. I just remember that was like my first impression of Will.
And Mike took the time to find out who I was, what I was about, and he bought me a suit.
Really?
I remember. He had someone come in and measure me for a tailored suit because he was like, you want to be in the front office. I want to give you an opportunity to have a suit and look the way you want to look. And through the conversation, he's just always someone that poured into other people.
Yeah.
He was always someone that saw a big picture, and he came in right away and we meshed.
It was interesting to me reading a little bit about the way you grew up and the house you grew up in.
Yes.
It was, what, 3 stories, and you had extended family living above? I mean,
Yeah.
how many people were in the house growing up?
We kept adding kids, so I think it probably started at 15, probably ended around 18 or 19. Total people.
Total number of people.
My mom was on the first floor, my uncle was on the second floor, the third floor was kind of reserved for anyone that fell on hard times.
Right.
To me, I didn't know any better because I
Yeah.
grew up in it. I was like, oh, I'm sleeping on the couch, or I'm sleeping with my sister because my uncle needs the bed, or my aunt or my cousin needs my bed.
Yeah.
It was just what you thought of, and you didn't miss birthdays. Like, everything was celebrated. They were all at my games, and we were a close-knit family. My wife and I took our kids back last weekend. Like, you walk in, it's not Will, it's William, come here, do this, do that, da, da, da. And it's like right back in it, so it's awesome. And that house and my family taught me everything I need to know about the importance of connectedness, togetherness, and when you can replicate some of that in a team sport, that's when you know you're doing the right thing. You want an environment where people feel like they're together, you have their back, and you're in it and supporting them. So we'll try to replicate that to the best of our ability.
What is important to you when you communicate with players? What do you want to connect with them on?
I think, like any true communication, you got to be honest with people.
Yeah.
I think it's important to meet people where they're at, understand their stories, take them inside the curtain of yourself. And those instances where you're talking about having fun with Russell under the basket and having those joking conversations, 5-6 years down the road and we have to have a more serious conversation, we can have that because we know where it started at. And we know that we have the best interest for him, but also the organization. And it's our job to make sure that our players understand that and feel supported.